everybody. Welcome to the Explore Design Launch um, orientation. This is about everything you need to know to rebuild or start your business. So this is for the Winter Spring 2024 program. And this presentation is brought to you by Mission Community Services and the Women's Business Center. We are here to give you everything you need to know to build a business. Classes start February 6th and run through May 21st, 2024. And we're really excited to get things going this year. We have all kinds of new things changing and happening and shifting. And so we're really excited about it with the new platform we're going to be starting with. But I'll explain that to you in just a little bit. My name is Gina Nardo. I am this year's presenter of the Explore Design and Launch class, and I'm probably going to be just one of the teachers facilitating this class. There's going to be offshoots as well. We're really excited about all kinds of new things. So a little bit about me. I am also a business owner. I own a commercial and portrait professional photography studio. I specialize in personal branding, but I also do headshots and corporate headshots. I got my bachelor's degree in photography in the 90s. Yes, that's a long time ago. Everything was filmed back then. And so out of college, I was fortunate to get a job managing a portrait photography studio, which I ended up working for and managing for about 11 years. It was an amazing experience. I realized how much I love being a portrait photographer. But afterwards, because as I was working with that organization, I did everything from their advertising, as well as, training other photographers and makeup artists and doing sales presentations. But I was really good at graphic design as well. And I worked as a graphic designer when I was in college. So I ended up getting a job working in graphics for some offset printers. And I was kind of freelancing on the side. And eventually I landed a job working with the Boeing company as a graphic specialist and photographer, and Ball Aerospace. And that was an amazing experience, but I realized while I was freelancing on the side that I always wanted to have my own business. And so in 2010, I took a huge leap of faith and I landed here in the Central Coast, and I started my business in San Luis Obispo in 2010. The name of my company is Junichi Studios, and I love doing what I do. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because when I started the business, I didn't know what to do. I started right away as soon as I moved here, and I found this class searching through SBA supported programs, and I found it and I took it, and I've been vested with this organization pretty much ever since. And so with that, if you have any questions, just know that we are recording this session. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat, and Gabrielle will let me know, and we can answer some questions if you have them, but we will have some Q&A at the end of this session as I go through some of this content. And then also just a reminder too that since we are recording, keep your microphone muted unless you have a question. You can also raise your hand or just unmute and say, hey, I have a question. So there you go. All right. So if you want to get in touch with the Women's Business Center, you can always email info@mcscorp.org. That is also our website, mcscorp.org. And here's information basically for the San Luis Obispo County office, as well as the Kern County and Monterey County. So we serve San Luis Obispo, obviously Kern County and Monterey County, and each office has a fantastic team. So it doesn't matter what area you're in, if you're in that area, you're going to always find people who are really devoted to what they do, whether it's an instructor or a consultant or a staff member. And when you work with us, you engage in this entire brain trust of experts. Because everybody has their specialty, which is awesome because you get then referred to that person who knows exactly how to help and resolve your situation or your question or your challenge. And so keep that in mind, because like I said, this is going to be an amazing resource for you as a business owner. So always keep us in mind when you have any challenges or questions that you need help with. So basically, we also do all kinds of other programs besides the training sessions and the training classes. And Gabrielle, do you want to just sort of quickly, we don't have to go to the website, just sort of say what's coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Sure. Let's see. Right off, we actually have a bookkeeping for small businesses workshop that's actually happening today, this
Oh,
afternoon.
wow.
Right, this afternoon at noon. It's completely virtual. Registration is still open and available on our website if you are interested in attending that. Following in suit and right off just the top of my head, I do not know the dates, but we do have a wellness workshop that will be coming up in the beginning of February. We also have a Caltrans series that we have been working on a variety of different workshops with Caltrans. We have the 6th workshop with Caltrans, that's on February the 1st. After that, we've got another tax class that's coming up in the middle of February. And then we have cybersecurity that will be coming up the beginning of March. So again, right off the top of the noggin, I don't have the dates right off with these workshops, but please visit our website and register for any of the up and coming events that you're interested in. All of the ones that I did mention are all being offered virtually. And if you have any issues or any questions with registration or any questions pertaining to the workshops, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I have placed the contact information within the chat box.
Thank you so very much. And all of those programs are free, by the way. You do have to register for them, but they're free. And so definitely take advantage of that. And so also with our staff here at MCSC, we have Gabrielle Saunders, who has listed her information, contact information in the chat. We also have Maxine, who is our executive director. We have Patricia Fox, who is a program director, and we have Gia Navarro, who is also program coordinator, and Gabby is also a program coordinator. And so just remember, these people are the behind the scenes people. They figure out and coordinate all the programs that you see coming up, and they work with all the technology. They talk with clients and hear their needs so that they can find the right consultant for them. They also crunch all of the numbers in our database system so that the people who fund our organization are happy with the results that we're producing. And so let me give you a little background about this organization. And so anyway, before I go on to I just want to thank personally this team, because they are really awesome. I wouldn't be able to do all of this. I'm a business owner, and so I volunteer my time to support the organization by teaching this class, and I designate my Tuesdays, basically my Mondays and Tuesdays, fully on mission community services, but they do all the work. I do a lot of the organizing of the program or the presentations, but not the programs there or the ones that are the geniuses in that sense. So thank you to all of the consultants that I have, the team and the staff and the consultants working. So the dedicated support. So you need to know too that MCSC and the Women's Business Center are dedicated to supporting entrepreneurs and small business owners in becoming self-sustaining, successful contributors to their communities. So we focus on serving women and low-income individuals, minority-owned businesses, and rural underserved communities. And technically, San Luis Obispo is considered rural. So our mission is to help people who are just starting or having an existing business, or have an existing business and perhaps don't have the access to resources like capital education or other support to create and maintain a successful business. So that is what we're here to do. We help you with free long-term support, which is consulting, training courses and workshops. And the intention is to advance your dream and have you be our partner, or have us be your partner for the life of your business, which I am a testament to that, because like I said, I have been vested with this organization since I started my business. And so thank you to the Women's Business Center. They receive funding through the SBA, the state of California, the county of San Luis Obispo, local banks, businesses, and other generous individuals. We could not do this without their support. A large part of our funding comes through the SBA, though, and the California Governor's Office of Economic Development. So they are spending money with organizations like ours, which can help you get your business up and running at no cost at all. So people must understand that sometimes we look at the government from the wrong perspective. If you've ever said, well, where is the government spending our money? Well, it is with programs like this and like ours. And we rely heavily on the donations and sponsors from other local businesses and individuals too. We've even had students who've gone through our program, done really well, and donated back, or you could say they pay it forward, because the cost of this, and I'm going to go into a little more detail, is $100, but we're actually waiving that right now. So there's no cost for this class at this time. I'm going to say that. So thank you again for their support. Like I said, we could not have done it without them. And so let's talk a little bit about who you are. You guys are the dreamers, right? So we have about 4 people in this orientation. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Who would like to share with us what you do? What's your dream? What's the business concept you have in mind, or the business you have already? Does anybody want to start? Would anybody like to share something? I'm going to call on you because I'd like to hear from all of you and see who you are. So I'm going to just start from left to right. Juliet, can you unmute yourself and let us know who you are and what your business concept is?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Juliet, and I'm calling from Santa Barbara. And hang on, I really need a moment. Would it be okay if I come second? I really am happy to start, but this is the worst timing.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'll move on. We'll come back to
Okay,
you.
give me
We'll come
1
back to
second.
you.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Patty, how about you? Would you like to share?
Sure. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Well, I have a few ideas for businesses that I would like to start, but one of them is janitorial services, and so that's what I'm looking forward to for that.
And why are you starting a business now? What is the reason?
I just want to feel more, I guess, fulfilled in a sense, like to do something on my own instead of always doing something for others. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I just want to do something for myself, and hopefully, if all things work out, just something to pass on to my children.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Well, welcome and thank you for sharing.
And thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move on to Mason. How about Mason? You want to share a little bit about what you do, or what your business is, or concept?
Hi. One of the said children, my mom is Patty. But I want to be able to open up my own bakery. That's something I'm very passionate about, cooking and baking. I just think it's really fun and something that I would like to spend my time, hopefully for the rest of my life, doing as well.
That's awesome. Baking always makes people happy. It's kind of like delivering flowers too. You're never going to get a disgruntled customer.
Literally.
Well, hopefully.
I love seeing smiles on people's faces.
Well, that's fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, Juliet, you can come back.
Sorry about that. I was driving and needed to find a place to park and everything, but here I am.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry about that moment. Well, I'm in my 40s. I have 20 years experience as a Montessori educator working with little ones.
Mm,
And I have a really strong passion and have been training in sustainable horticulture.
mm,
And I have health issues that are inviting me to work differently, meaning I can't be as physical as I always have been. And so I'm trying to merge those two fields of passion and experience. Mostly have the experience hands-on with the kids, but I do have a decent amount of experience in the garden too. And so I'm trying to figure out what I could do to merge those two fields, um, and create a platform, either an educational platform or something that I can do where I would be sharing my knowledge, without being as physical and hands-on as I have been able to, at least for a moment. So I'm trying to build legacy with everything I've done, and I don't want it to just fizzle out into the fog,
yeah.
because I have things to share and give. And so I just need to figure out how to offer what I have to offer in a different way and maybe
Awesome.
expand it to more people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing and pulling over because, I didn't realize you were driving. So,
I'm so sorry. Yes,
that's okay. I'm
multitasking.
glad you're safe.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear from Danny.
Hi, my name's
Hi.
Danny. I'm from Atascadero, born and raised, and I'd like to continue to live here, but that is not the easiest to do with the cost of living. So I have personal like anger management stuff that I would like to then make into a more help other people with anger management. And I wanted to do a smash room.
Ooh.
And the closest one is like Monterey, I think. So I don't know how Atascadero is going to feel about that. But
I'm not sure what is a smash room. Is that like
also known as a rage room.
oh, okay.
But
To let
it's
it
the
all
nice,
out.
yeah, it's the
Actually,
nice way of saying rage room without people going, oh, that doesn't sound good. But
yeah.
it's been like a coping skill of mine for years to smash things that are nothing like special. I learned a long time ago not to like throw my own things when I was in my early 20s, because that makes you sad when you break your own stuff. But I have had years of experience of making sure that I can like contain it for a minute and then go chop wood or break apart things that are not usable anymore, whatever it may be. But chopping wood around here is one of like in abundance, so that's always been a good one to go to. But I guess, yeah, that was my idea.
Well, that's great. I think that's awesome. I think we need that around here. I think it's a great way to express ourselves because we tend to hold in those feelings too much. And I think that would be really beneficial for a lot of people who need it. And ultimately that is the theme, right? I love that you're all really in total creation mode because this is where we can get really, really creative in developing the exact kind of business that suits you, that fits you. So this is really cool. We usually have a mix in our classes. I'm not saying that's not going to happen with this class, where we might have some people who've started already, they've launched and they're in business for 2 years or so, and they're just really refining things. But the creation mode to me is the most exciting. And I know just because you guys are here in general, that you are really creative people, because I'm the type of person that I get concepts and ideas for businesses all the time. I kind of live this in my brain, and I get really, really excited when I hear about people's concepts for business, and I'll instantly start envisioning like how that brand can stand out from the other people who do exactly what you do. And we've had people in this class before where their businesses are the same, but you can totally conceptualize and create a business model that's totally unique and different, even if you're in the same exact industry doing the same exact things. So for example, was it Patty who has who's doing the cleaning service? Is that who that was?
Yes.
Okay, so so for example, so Patty could open up a cleaning service, but she could be very similar to other kinds of cleaning services out there. She can be she can take a unique approach to it. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want to be creative. We want to provide service for people and share our passion. We all have the same underlying feeling that we have more to give back. And that's really the attitude that really successful business owners have, is it's this need to serve others. And if you have this mindset, as opposed to a mindset where you're trying to just make money and survive, then you might fall off a little bit. You might get a little bit backtracked. So just keep that in mind, that it's all about service. It's all about giving yourself your passion that makes not only the business more successful, but also more fulfillment, right? Just a fulfillment in general, because if you can make money doing what you love to do and how you are serving others, if that's it, then you've already become a success, whether you're super profitable or not. But we're going to get into all those numbers and stuff later. So moving on. So the criteria and target objectives. So the early aspiring entrepreneur always wants to test the feasibility of the business concept. So you all just shared your business concept, but is it feasible? And we're going to go into a lot of details on whether that feasibility is going to produce a successful, profitable business. So we assess opportunities and identify those with the greatest potential. We'll develop a successful startup strategy. We'll fine-tune the processes of an early stage business, and then we'll craft a well-defined business plan. And so if your business hasn't started or is less than 2 years, or you make less than $2,000, $200,000, $2,000 would be really bad, $200,000 in sales a year, then this is the perfect class for you, because we can really sort of define and refine your purpose and the trajectory in which you're going to actually travel. And the reason why I say that is because when we have a really solid plan and an idea of what we're going to do and what we're going to accomplish, we can follow that plan. It becomes a blueprint. And that's what the business plan essentially is. It's a blueprint of your success and how you're going to move forward and build the business. And so what is in a business plan? So a business plan consists of several different things. It includes a executive summary, a company description and structure. It'll describe the management and the organization. Obviously, it's going to describe in detail the products and the services that you're going to be offering. And it's going to have some financial projections. So you're going to project what you expect to make starting day one. So month one, you might only make, $12. I don't know, but maybe month two, you're going to make $50, and then it moves forward from that point on. So you're going to create some projections. You're going to create a marketing and sales plan. You're going to create some milestones and metrics. So you're going to project not only what you want to make for the year, but other things that you might want to accomplish by the end of even this class, by the end of the class, by the end of 6 months, by the end of the year. That could be having your website launched, having certifications in place, having an established location, whatever that might be. And then you're also going to be potentially requesting for funding so that you can get the supplies you need or to move into a location or whatever that is to start and launch the business. Ultimately, when you have all of these elements in place, the executive summary summarizes all of them. So it'll summarize the description, the organization, and all of that on one page. But when you go through the class, we're gonna take it in these kinds of chunks, so to speak. But I'm going to describe a little bit about what's in the curriculum in just a moment. So one of our primary goals for you to accomplish in this class is this business plan. And so in your plan, you will basically develop all of these things. And some of you may ask, well, why do you absolutely need one? And like I said before, we want you to know that it serves you. So not just from a funding perspective, but to ensure your business is headed in the right direction. All righty. And so by the time you get to the end of this class, if you take action a little bit at a time and work through the homework that we give you and the assignments, then by the end of this class, you're going to have a business plan set up. And some of you may even already launch your business by the end of the class. Some of you may have already launched your business, and some of you may not launch the business for another 6 months, and that's totally fine. All right, so becoming an entrepreneur. So becoming an entrepreneur, one of the things that I love about helping businesses is the diversity and uniqueness, like I mentioned earlier. I just love that. And I get really excited and I get really charged when I hear people talk about their passion. So even if two people, and like I said, in the class have the same product or service, you can create a totally different and unique business. And so the value of business planning helps guide you through the startup process. And it forces an entrepreneur to consider all aspects of feasibility because there is a lot to consider, really there is. So you want to get to that point where you know that it will make money and that you'll have customers who will buy what you're offering. So doing this aspect of it, doing this portion of it also exposes any flaws in the business concept. So if you're making a product, will you be able to produce the amount of inventory to make the income that you want? Or will you need to hire staff immediately? So this serves as a tool for raising money, not only for raising money, but also provides that roadmap for operating the business. And let me tell you that this will consistently evolve. I have changed my business plans. I can't tell you how many different times because I've revised my business in general. Initially, I started as more of a marketing business as opposed to a photographer. And I was doing photography as part of it. It was a list of my services, but it wasn't my sole niche. And I decided to refine my business about 8 years ago, and I totally rebranded myself as a photographer only that specialized in personal branding. So I still work with the business owner, but instead of helping people with their website, which I didn't love doing, that wasn't my passion, I get to help people sort of tell their story visually with great photography. And so that's what I mean. It changes constantly. I usually review my business plan every year around January. I have a one-page business plan right now, which is pretty awesome. We're going to talk about that too in the class itself. But if you review it each year and you set new objectives, it's just a great place to start to then move forward within that year. It allows you to grow. So that is why a business plan is so important. So why also is to not only prove the business is feasible, but to also identify how much amount of money you might need and who the management team is going to be in the infrastructure, what those product and service prototypes are, and the customers and market penetration methods that you want to get out and share your business, and then your cash break even on any kind of new venture. And we also will definitely describe this in a lot more detail. But understanding the money is probably going to be one of the biggest challenges. I find that in all the classes I've taught and helped with in the past, that has always been the biggest challenge. And that's where we're going to get into a lot of detail to help you understand. So that is why a business plan is so incredibly important. Another part of this class, though, is learning and accountability. So the program is designed with specific components that will help you absorb the content being taught and the best practices for doing the work and interacting with a peer group working toward that same goal, which is great. And, you know, like I said, we have a lot of variety that sometimes ends up in the class. Some people have been in business a couple of years and some people are just starting. And you don't have to feel intimidated by anybody else who's doing the same or different things that you, or even who has been in a business, because number one, they're here for the same purpose you are. And that's just to get things really figured out and straightforward so that you know the trajectory of your business. And so a lot of times when we have a different a level of people in the class, it's great because if somebody's been in a business 2 years or even just a couple of months, they're going to be able to share a lot of information with you that's going to be really, really helpful. But this is all about creativity and brainstorming, and everybody's concepts are unique. And so we all should be getting excited about how everybody is growing in this space. So we'll begin by creating this safe space for everyone. There will be accountability for applying the taught information and completing the homework on time. And then we'll collaborate with others to hear and give constructive feedback. We'll also provide consulting, mentoring, and coaching from a support team that you can access inside and outside of class. And finally, we'll provide you with the community of resources and networking opportunities to start sharing your business outside of class. The classes will also have a great guest speakers on occasion to share their expertise and experiences with you, which is really, really fun because you don't want to hear me drone and talk all the time. But I am really funny when I get really comfortable. Sometimes I'm really, and today I'm actually pretty funny. Anyway, hopefully. So the simple session flow, design for you. So design for you is basically building your skills and your mindset, researching and developing your business concept, completing a simple business plan using a step-by-step approach, and then receiving insight and support from our experts. So if you complete like I said earlier, if you complete all of the homework on time, and then by the end of the 12-week session, then you will have a completed business plan. And so a sample session flow is going to be, we might start off with news from the Women's Business Center, what's coming up, what's happening. Then we'll celebrate any progress that you have had throughout the week. We might have a guest speaker. We'll always have a break during the session. So we'll take a 10 to 15 minute break, depending on the amount of content we have. And when we're on Zoom, so this is fully virtual. So it's great. You can always, mute yourself and turn your camera off and go get a glass of water. But we always want you to be present. We want you to be showing your face when you can and contributing to the class at all times. So we'll have activities, we'll have group discussions, we might do breakout rooms. And then we'll also have assignments and accountability action and commitment. And so meet the facilitators. I already explained to you. I am introducing myself, Gina Sonardo, as the English-speaking facilitator for the Explore Design launch. And then Gabe Juarez is our Spanish-speaking facilitator for the Explore Design launch program. And then we have some amazing support consultants. Our support consultants are always on the back end helping us. We will have one assigned to our class to help, and you'll be able to meet with them outside of the class as well as me if you have any questions, and they can work you through certain areas of the business plan itself. They're all business owners as well, so they have been through the entire gamut. They've also been facilitators for the class many times in the past, several times, in fact. Christine is amazing, especially with funding, grants, and I don't know, she's great with a lot of things and just brainstorming in general. Jen is a really money person. Justin is a marketing. He's really great with branding. So they're all unique and different, but they all are experts at having a business. All right, so I wanted to let you know also that, so this class is a combination of multiple different sources, but the primary source is going to be the Kauffman Foundation. The class is called Fast Track, and we're going to be actually teaching that through Canvas. And so a couple of other little tidbits will show up here and there. So we'll have content from like Next Level, Start, Run, Grow, the Live Plan series, and Empower Consulting Group, maybe even a little bit from me in regards to branding. So it's going to be a combination, but the primary topics are going to be through the Kauffman Foundation, which I'm going to actually show you in just a moment. So I'm kind of lost on a slide here. Let's say, so are you ready? Are you ready to go? So the purpose of this class again is to complete the business plan, prioritize and complete tasks required to open your business, and to learn about the resources and the tools to help you be discovered, connect with the market and your customers. And so with that, I'm going to go over some logistics. So the class is going to be 11 live virtual sessions. Everyone will be recorded. We will have one in-person session in graduation. And I'm going to ask Gabrielle if that is still is true. Is that still true? We're going to have our last class in person?
Yes, that is still true. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. We don't know where it's going to be yet. It's going to be fabulous, though. It's great. It'll be great to be able to meet everybody at the end of the session because we're only going to be looking at each other virtually for 11 weeks. Okay, the classes start on February 6th. They run through May 21st. They are on Tuesday nights from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And then you'll have access to the 24, you'll have access to the platform basically 24/7. So it's an online learning portal. It's through Canvas, and it's Kauffman Fast Track. It'll have worksheets, it'll have resources, videos, assignments, and all kinds of stuff and more within the platform itself. And then of course you'll receive support through the consultations available into the class. And you know, if there's a specialty thing that you're challenged with even in the class, Gabrielle can also assign another consultant, not contractor, a consultant with you if you need help in a certain area that is more specialized. So that's also a great thing to know about this organization, is we do have specialty people. So the class itself, okay, so this is the curriculum. So the class is going to consist of 5 modules, 23 lessons, which encompass about 123 topics to discuss. That's why this isn't a 12-week session, right? We have a lot of content. And the first portion is about Ideate. And so Ideate refers to the process of generating creative ideas and concepts for a business. It involves brainstorming, exploring different possibilities, and thinking creatively to develop innovative solutions and business models. Positioning, which will be the second part, refers to determining the unique and favorable position that a business wants to occupy in the marketplace. So it involves understanding the target audience, identifying what their needs and their preferences are, and differentiating the businesses from your business from your competitors to create a distinct and compelling brand image. And then Commit is about taking action and exploring how we'll reach your market, including distribution, sales, financial management, sales, and then cost projections. Then we'll refine. We'll go into the refine module, which will explore how to build our organization, or your organization and your team, and how to detail and maintain your cash flow and your break-even point. And then finally, it's going to be about launching it. So in this module, we'll discuss how to avoid the pitfalls that some businesses have to endure, set your organization's culture, and track your results. And track is going to be really important. Tracking your results so that you can measure your performance as you grow, and you can always resolve any issues that arise when you start seeing the results of your tracking. All righty, so what Explore Design and Launch graduates are celebrating? Well, they're celebrating an open storefront, a completed website, an established business banking account. They've received funding, they've completed their business plan, they've created products pricing and exceeded their sales goal, they've hired help, they've established a business entity, they've obtained a business license, filed trademark, copyright protection, and they've increased their profit. And that is what we include. So it's a lot of information, but I want to open it up now to any questions that you guys may have, and we'll see how we can help you with that. Any questions about the class, about a business, whatever, just kind of let us know. You can raise your hand. Yes.
Sorry, I
That's okay.
don't know where my hand raising button is. Obvious. I was wondering if there's going to be another course coming up soon, because now that the class is full, because unfortunately money's tight and I had to choose between paying for the course or groceries type thing. And because I was told it would cost when I was given registration information.
So this class is free now. So if you
Right, but
haven't
when I
read,
tried to sign up just now, it's full, it says.
well,
Okay.
that's okay. Gabri can help you with that.
Yeah, I was gonna jump right on in. Danny, don't even worry about it. I'll reach out to you after this session, and I'll most certainly make sure that you register for the course. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sign, Danny. I mean, this really is an opportunity of a lifetime for anybody who's really interested in really sharing the dream and making a difference and change in their life. I mean, we're offering you an opportunity to learn how to have a successful business, and so you just really want to take advantage of it. So yeah, everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. I mean, if you start doing well and your business is running in a year or two, give back. That's what I say. Just give back to this organization, because we want to really help people grow. It helps us in general, and it helps the community for sure. Anybody else? Anything? Ask me anything. My favorite color is blue.
Hi, Gina. It's Juliet.
Hi.
If I could pop in for a
Hi, Juliet.
sec. Hi.
Yes.
So I am curious if we'll have, the whole day to sort of catch up and be able to register. That's one question. And then also, I guess I'm a little bit curious about what your evaluation of time commitment is, week to week. Of course, what you put in is what you're going to get back. And I totally understand that principle of it. But what on average would you say is, typical of like what the homework? I don't know if there's a typical answer to that at all, but I just thought I would ask.
I can
because
give
I
you a
have
general
limitations. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally
Okay,
understand. And
great.
I understand
Thank you.
too. I understand too that you're all working too. You're probably working in jobs, and you're trying, and you have families, and it's kind of chaotic. But with anybody who has to go back to school or goes to school, like Juliet said, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So you really want to designate the time for the class itself. Be present, be at your desk and your computer and taking notes and working on it. So you're going to have those 2.5, 3 hours on a Tuesday that should be dedicated to this class for sure. And then give yourself a couple of hours a week to up to 5. Like I said, it depends on how much. At least I would say a minimum of an hour to 2 hours additional from the class to at least work on the business. And when we talk about defining things and working on products and service, that is about working on the business, because eventually when you've gotten out of employee mode, because if you're all working for somebody right now, you're all still as an employer, and there's a different mindset. There's going to have to be a mental shift that happens when you become a business owner. And so when you're working on the business, you're working on things regarding the business itself. And then eventually when the business is going, you'll be working in the business, doing the thing that is your brilliance, whether it's baking, cleaning, and customer service, or whatever that might be. Okay. And so maximum, I would say 5 to 6 hours a week. Hopefully that answered your question.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, it did. And then just
Yeah.
for it was just, sorry, just to reiterate the first question. I won't be able to like get to Gabrielle's email right away when I hang up here today. But will we have a few hours to have an opportunity to register?
Yeah, I don't think the registration closes today. When does the actual registration close, Gabby?
The registration closes the date of. So don't even worry about it, Julia. You definitely have time to register. And again, if you need assistance, I can personally register you as well. So what I plan on doing is I plan on reaching out personally to each of you following this session. And if you would like to be registered, I can register you for the course with no problem.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any other questions?
I do have one. I don't actually know where the raise hand button is either, but that's not the question. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I heard there would be Canvas. Would we be sent a link through our email as well?
I think once you're officially registered for the class, that's going to be Gabrielle's job. She's going to go into the back end and invite everybody to create a Canvas account.
Okay. Follow-up question. How do we know if we are registered like all the way? You know? Sorry.
Gabrielle, she's the lady of the hour.
Yeah, I'll step in on that one. You will definitely receive a confirmation email with including the Zoom link, letting you know that you are registered for the course. So upon registering you will definitely receive confirmation email.
Okay, thank you. That's
You're
all.
welcome.
Will there be cake at the graduation? Yes, there will be cake at the graduation. Now I have to make sure that there's cake at the graduation.
Yes, you will. That or cupcakes.
Yeah.
I propose that Danny bake them.
Oh.
Yes, Danny could bake them. That happens. That happens a lot. We actually end up having some of our food service businesses help us with some of the food at some of our events. Yeah.
I think
Anything
that was Mason.
else? What's that?
I think it was Mason that's the baker.
Oh yeah, Mason is the baker.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you.
It's okay. You know what? It's great that you're talking, because I mean, and this is what we're going to be doing in the class. We're going to be talking about each other's businesses constantly. So you'll eventually get that. Remember, even as a teacher, I sometimes forget whose business is whose to which person, but that's okay. You'll get it.
I mean,
I
I
think,
do bake.
You do bake?
I do bake. I just not enough to put it out
to bake
there.
all the cupcakes for the class.
I'll help.
Actually,
I'll help Mason with the baking. I'll stir.
Okay, there you go.
Be more than happy to bring something.
We also had a baker in the last class. She was specializing in, I think she was specializing in cupcakes, but I'm not quite sure. Or was it ice cream? I don't remember. We've had so many. It was ice cream. We've had so many different businesses. It's just really cool.
Yeah, let's not forget Gumbo Girl.
Oh, Gumbo Girl. Oh, if you guys like gumbo, she makes the best gumbo. It's delicious. We could invite her back. We'll actually have one of our guests will probably be a past student success story, but we're not 100% sure. We're still working on that. But maybe we'll have, if not, we'll definitely have probably a past student, I think, coming to the graduation to say
Sure.
some words. Yeah. Anyway, anybody have any other questions about the class? What is the biggest, I'm going to ask a little bit of a revealing question. If you feel obligated, or no, obligated, if you feel like you would like to share a little bit more, get a little vulnerable, like what is the biggest thing that you're afraid of? Not just in starting a business, but just taking the class. I'm curious. Anybody want to share that?
I'll share.
Yeah.
I have one thing that does feel a little intimidating to me is when I heard the word homework, automatically my brain just kind of got a little stressed out. I have diagnosed ADHD, which it can make doing menial tasks sometimes a bit hard. But I'm working on it, have been working on it for the past few years, and I think I have definitely made some progress with it. So hopefully the homework won't be too much of an issue for my brain to comprehend.
And I think are you a techie person? Do you like, do you use software? Do you like
Not
computers?
necessarily. I do
Okay.
like a few drawing stuff with like programs and such, but never really was too much of a techie person.
Well, this does go through a platform which I don't know if the homework is going to be that hard, but you are going to have to put time into defining what your business stands for and doing some research. So you're just going to have to and it's funny, Mason, because my boyfriend is very ADHD. And so I'm constantly sharing with him, you have to work with your ADHD. And so it's going to be a matter of you getting creative. And I'm even probably a little ADHD. So sometimes I can get really scattered when I'm working in general. So I'll be like getting email and working on social media and doing some marketing and working on a client. And that's not that all productive. But what I found has helped me personally is I just listen to like ADHD focus music on YouTube, and I just let it play for hours. And it's like really good. It refines my concentration. And even if I'm not fully ADHD, it works for me. So maybe,
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
it's just going to be a matter of finding the method that works best for you. And, like I said, this is kind of the thing where you want to just give it a shot and try. And the more you put into it, the better you're going to have a really solid business plan if this is really a goal and desire for you. But don't beat yourself up over it. We don't want you to miss any of the classes because it's really valuable content. But if you do, it happens. Life happens. And you don't know what's going to, day to day. It's chaos, right? We have no idea what's going to happen day to day. So things happen. We have recorded the classes. So we will have access to a recording for you to review if you miss a class, to go back over the homework. Spread your time out. Don't think that you have to do all your homework in a 4-hour period. Maybe it's just work on it 30 minutes. Maybe work on it 30 minutes every other day. So you got to figure out what's right for you to make it easier for you. And I know that if you have a really busy lifestyle, you're working, you have kids, that all can get in the way. You just have to designate that time and figure it out. But you can. Excuse me, I need some water. I'm not breaking up, but does anybody else want to share what they're a little worried about or afraid of, even if it's just launching the business?
So everything is done on a laptop?
Yeah, a laptop computer. You could probably access the plan through, the software, the Canvas software, through a phone, but I think it's going to be easier to do it on a laptop, or
Okay.
even a tablet. If you have a tablet, something that you can at least type information.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Gina, this
Well,
is Patty.
Oh,
Hi
hi.
there. Hi. I just wanted to say, if you do not have a laptop, we have laptops you can borrow in our offices. So if you want to come in and tune in here on that time, that's another option for you.
That's
Oh,
awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes, we do. Actually, we did we have some Chromebooks that can be used.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's another thing that, is available to you. You can just come in and use our conference room during that time, and hopefully that will make it, actually it might be better because it's a little more quiet sometimes than home.
Well, one thing that I noticed, even for me, just kind of sometimes stepping out of our environment to work on something it allows us to focus a little bit more. So going to their offices, it's comfortable. You can get coffee at the coffee shop around the corner and bring it to the office and work. It's good. Anybody else have any other questions? Well, I think one of the things that a lot of people think down deep inside, starting a business is scary. It's a scary venture. And there's no guarantee that it's going to be successful. You have no idea. And success is also really personal. It depends on what you consider success to be. If it's about making gobs of money or just living a happy lifestyle, that is something else that you need to become aware of and define. Starting a business is really going to propel you into personal development. Let me tell you, it is. There's going to be moments where you're going to fear and you're going to have doubt and you're going to not you're going to worry about things. You're not going to know what's going to happen. But if you can make it through that and you can stay focused on the end result, especially when you have developed your business plan and you have this blueprint that now you can follow, then you're going to grow like you've never grown before. I'm just going to say that because if I hadn't started my business and I was still working for somebody else, I don't think I would have grown as much as I have within this last 10 years. It's been amazing. And so I just want to say for that, you cannot fail. The only thing that you can fail out is not trying. So here we are. We're giving you this opportunity to be better than you could be, than you have been, to become a leader in the community, to shine, to share, and to basically serve. So that's all I have to say. So if there's any other questions, we're at 11:59. We can wrap this up and Gabby will get back to you in regards to registering. And does anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Let's
All
see,
right then.
Well, we've got a couple of comments in the chat box. I'll just read them real quick.
Okay.
Juliet says,
Okay.
I have a comparable issue, which I'm gathering she's referring to the issue that Mason was referring to. Comparable issue, which is why I wanted to see how much would be typical. Sounds like we can do this. Yay. After that, I've got Juliet again that says, thank you so much for this call. I look forward to registering. I have to pop off to go to the garden class I am currently enrolled in. I'm glad this class will be evening. Super grateful for this opportunity. I'm looking forward. Sorry to leave a little early just for today. No problem, Juliet. I responded back. And then we have Patty Ortiz who says, I'm excited to learn and grow and make it happen. Thank you.
Awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Well, ladies, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to seeing you in class, and I'm excited to teach this year. So with that, I will bid you a wonderful, fabulous day, Tuesday afternoon.